Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Barry O'Fiacon, and I'm here tonight with my team of Rowan Mortons-O'Reilly and Stephen Graham. It's tough being a teenager today. How many times have you heard the sentence, "Oh, I can't wait to grow up"? Now, some of you may find this comical, but perhaps there is some intelligent reasoning behind it. A couple of years ago, you were a child. Everyone in this room was a child, just a happy-go-lucky kid. Then one morning, you wake up. It's a morning like any other. You look in the mirror and you see your reflection. But wait, what's that on your face? A pimple. It happens. You've become a teenager without any warning or preparation at all. For both males and females, the teenage years are one of the most trying and testing time in our lives. For guys, they go through many changes in their body. For example, one we're all familiar with, our voice breaks. Men are forced to believe they need to be strong, tall, dark, and handsome. For girls, it's the media that has taken it upon itself to decide that the ideal girl must be 5'10", blonde hair, blue-eyed, and beautiful. Do we get no choice in all of this? Society as a whole seems to have forgotten that becoming an adult is a very difficult time. That's why we appear impolite. That's why we appear unsocial, shallow, or sometimes we appear crazy. You see, teenagers always want to be free, with no obstacles at all, like a bird. But for many teenagers, it's parents and it's teachers who are that branch that the little bird hits once it tries to fly. Parents can be annoying by constantly punishing you, correcting you, nagging. Often teenagers fail to see the reasoning behind this, but it's because they only want what's best for you. But at the time, this doesn't even occur to us. As Rowan will tell you in a few moments, we often overreact at such times, and sadly this only adds to our problems. In today's world, with an increasing number of parents getting a divorce or a separation, life for the teenager is showing no sign of improvement. These domestic issues can have detrimental effects on a teenager's mental health. Sadly, it's from such events that many teenagers wrongly feel like the blame lies with themselves. They can develop things like depression, eating disorders, anxiety disorders, and even sometimes, in extreme cases, teenagers can feel the need to commit suicide. This, I'm afraid, is a reality for many teenagers out there. During your teenage years, you also become attracted to the opposite sex. This can be an extremely confusing time for teenagers. With a rush of emotions, it's anything but easy. And have you ever noticed that it's rarely as simple as a guy likes a girl, and then that girl likes him back? No, it always has to be so complicated. It's just never that easy. As you probably all know, teenagers are especially prone to peer pressure, more so than any other group in society today. Peer pressure can easily force teens to become involved in acts of vandalism, smoking, drinking, and drugs. Most teenagers know that these things are wrong, but they feel like they have to do these things in order to fit in and be cool, be accepted. It's natural that we want to be accepted and liked by people of our own age, by our peers, but sadly this need to fit in often outweighs the right decision. To quote a little red-haired girl called Annie, "It's a hard knock life for us." I mean, if we think back to the drug scene of 40 years ago, oh, wait, there was no drug scene for the last generation. And binge drinking out in some park or field, these things just didn't exist. Teenagers are well aware that alcohol and drug abuse is bad for their health, but we find ourselves convincing ourselves Ah, sure. No, that'll never happen to me. No, not me. We have to ask ourselves, who is to blame for this attitude? The society all around us. But the real question is, who has to suffer because of it? We do, the teenagers. And it is society who will be first to complain about teenagers, who will constantly give out about this attitude that society itself is responsible for. Perhaps, my friends, it is our society that has made life so tough for the teenager. Young people need models, not critics. I'll leave you with a quote from Logan Purcell Smith. He said, "Don't laugh at a youth for his affectations. He is only trying on one face after another, until that moment when he finally finds a face of his own." Thank you very much for your attention.